Once you've added the clients into your Cornerstone unit, it's going to tell you that when you click on it that the clients have no base because they have no base image in them. So now what we're going to do is we're going to create that base image by going from a physical to virtual. So we create a virtual image. And to do that, we're going to log into your client that you want to back up, so whichever server that you want to back up. And then inside that server, we're going to download from VMware You're going to go to vmware.com/products/converter and then click on download. And you're going to have to register here to get the download, and go ahead and do that. And then it's going to send an authentication to make sure that your email is actually your email. You have to do that, and then you can log in. So we're going to take the, if it's a Windows machine, take this first Windows binary. You can use the download manager if you'd like to. And of course, because I'm using it on a server, I'm going to have to add that to the security settings. And I'm going to save it. I'm actually going to save it to the desktop so I know where it is. Word is downloaded. You want to click on it and install it. Click on next, next. Read your end user license agreement. Click on local installation if you're doing it on the server itself, and that's what we would recommend you do. Yeah, now we're going to run the client. Okay. We want to click on convert machine. Then it's set as powered on machine. And what this does, it tells VMware that this is an actual production powered on machine. You can't restart this machine. This is the setting that you're going to want. And then you don't have to be concerned that it's going to cause disruptions in the services for your end client. So you can do this in the middle of the day with everybody working and not worry about it. It's going to be set on a remote machine. If it is, click on local machine, then click next because you want to back up this local machine. And then here where it says VMware Infrastructure Virtual Machine, you want to change it to VMware Workstation or other VM. And now you can name this whatever you want. And then for your location, what we're going to do is I'm actually going to map a network drive. And what's going on is the BDR actually has an open import share to import into, and I'm going to want to map that into the workstation that I'm working on, or that I'm converting, I guess, or the server that I'm converting. put in the BDR's IP number and import. Then it's going to ask you for a username and password, and that username is the one that is on the BDRs by default, the one that when you set up with the network setup. So the username is admin, and you have the password. And there, now it's set up the that share. And I've already got one machine that we've loaded into there. And so now I can close this, and I've set up my share as the B drive. So I can simply set that to B, or I can browse it, and there it is. All right, we know that's the import folder. And then I can click on next. I can just check through these quickly. Everything looks good, so I can click on next and finish. And now it's going to actually start the process of building the VM to be exported and then push it across the network. Now this is going to take a fair bit of time. Like submitting this task takes a little while, but then actually pushing the BDR across the network can take several hours, depending on the size of it. Okay, now the process has for setting up the VM has finished. It's going to start actually the conversion process. That last process actually took several minutes, 10 plus minutes on this server, and this number up here, this 1 hour and 3 minutes, will probably quickly change to something much longer, depending on the size of your VM. Don't be surprised if it's 8 hours or 12 hours. So this can take a really long time. So this DC is pretty small, so it's only going to take 2 hours and 54 minutes to convert. And sometimes you'll see very large ones take even almost a day to convert or more. So don't be shocked if you've got terabytes of data if it's going to take a day plus to convert. All right, so now our backup has converted. We get our how long it took, and that it's completed successfully. We can now log into our BDR. And then select the unit that we want to install. It still says no base, and then we're going to go import new base. And here's the import folder that we've dropped it into. Make sure you pick the right server. And you don't want to check mark this folder. You want to check mark the VMDK only, right? So this file right here, right? If you check this, it's going to error out because it's going to try to import both the VMDK and the VMX, or actually worse yet, it's going to try to import the folder as the path name, right? So make sure you check that VMDK, click on import image, right? It'll tell you that it's going to take so long to import this thing, and then we can basically assume it's going to take anywhere from an hour to, depending on the size, it should take you almost as long as the P2V conversion did. So you can just close this window and then come back to it when it's done. Now you'll have to close the window that if you just leave that window open, that tells you that the unit is backing up. It won't actually X out, so you're going to have to close that tab and open a new one, or close the browser and open the browser again. And if you open it too early, it will tell you that the image is still importing right here. So if you actually came in on the home screen, then the DC, if you clicked on that DC, it would tell you that it's still importing the image. Once that's done, it will automatically, once that's done, and if you've installed the client software already, it will start backing up immediately. So usually in the meantime, while it's doing this importing image, I'll log into the client and I'll install my software onto the server. Now it is a little slow if it's importing the image to respond. So then if you click on the help and the Cornerstone client download, and then the 2008 installer, because this is a 2008 box. We're going to have to add it for security. And then I just run the software, run, and then just agree, next, install. And that's it. And once it's done importing all the, once it's done importing that, it will just start the backup process.